5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All systems go with Josh Appelbaum starts now.
Hello and welcome to episode 540 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. I am your host, Josh Appelbaum. What's going on, everyone? Happy Hump Day. It's officially Wednesday, guys. Another day in the arena, but of course, a special day because it's the first day in the month of July. That's right. June is over. July is here. Guys, I feel like when you get to July, it really is officially the summer. I know, again, June feels like summer. Again, you get some, hot days, but, July, 1st of July, 4th of July is only 3 days away now. We got the Nathan's hot dog eating contest coming up on Saturday with the fireworks and the backyard barbecues, and actually have, believe it or not, a big sharp move that you're going to be very happy about if you locked in a good number, like I suggested, with the over-under dogs by Joey Chestnut. So an update there for the hot dog eating contest. But then we're going to get to what we do love to do, which is sweating Major League Baseball. Had a little tough stretch there over the weekend, and starting, they're looking toward yesterday, which was a really, really frustrating, 0-3. Well, guess what? Got back into the groove last night, busting out the brooms, 3-0, plus 2.02 units. We had the Rays coming through 10-4 over Kansas City, the Mariners 8-3 over the Angels, the Dodgers 9-3 over the A's. So it's always nice when you go 3-0 and the margin of victory is like 6-7 runs or more. So it's great to stay even keeled, not get too low when things aren't going our way, or not get too high when everything's going our way again, because that's life, that's betting. You're gonna have streaks of going 10-0 and 0-10. That's just part of the game. That's part of baseball in particular, a long sport, big sample size. So it's great to see a good bounce back night last night, and again, trying to finish off June with the winning note, which is what we did. Now the challenge is to kick off the month of July, hopefully on a winning note. So for today, guys, once again, 3 Major League Baseball bets, most of which are pretty relative, short, modest favorites here, with some good sharp mush edges, some good rhythm system matches. So we'll see if we can, of course, go 2-1, eke out a winning day. And then I actually want to share a little story, something really cool that happened on Twitter today. And once again, proving that this person is awesome because they did another great deed for somebody today. So we're going to hit on it all, and hopefully we're going to start off the month of July on a winning note. So before we get to our 3 Major League Baseball bets for tonight, just some odds and ends. First thing I wanted to mention was the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, because, guys, we were talking, and again, I'm like a broken record here, but I think it's important because as absurd as it is, looking at line movement on a hot dog eating contest, over-under, total dogs eaten by Joey Chestnut, I think it proves that, if you can read the market and if you can identify line movement and track line movement and play different books off each other, it doesn't matter if it's the hot dog eating contest, the Little League World Series, the 7th game of the World Series, NFL Sunday, it doesn't matter. That is a skill that hopefully you can apply to all different avenues and all different ways of betting on any kind of sport, basically. So we were talking about the over-under dogs, and I was mentioning how a few days ago, or even go back to last week, we were looking at a lot of books that were pretty much, I think it was 72.5 juiced under. At one point, it was actually juiced over, and we saw that movement at DraftKings get juiced under. And then DraftKings had dropped their over-under for dogs eaten down to 71.5. And the important thing there was, at the time, DraftKings 71.5, well, it was just 72.5 the day before. So that told us that there was some under money coming in on Joey Chestnut, going under that number, of course. We tried to play some books off of each other, and we noticed that at the time, Caesars was hanging 73.5, and Caesars 73.5 was really juiced under minus 130. That's when I jumped on it, got the under 73.5, because again, other books were dropping down as low as 71.5. We saw the juice on that 73.5 actually fall all the way to 72.5 yesterday. So yesterday it got down to 72.5. It was minus 115, then it was minus 130, and I made the joke. I always make the toot toot, the train leaving the station. That's like, hey, if you want to play it, you better do it now, because it's almost like a line predictor or kind of seeing the way the market is moving, thinking, hey, this might be the time to pounce because it's really trending in this direction. And if you like it, you want to get it now, because if you wait too long, it's probably going to pass you by. That train's probably going to leave the station, and you will be sitting there at the station when everyone on the train is waving to you because they got a good number. So mentioned yesterday how it was probably your last chance to get that under 72.5. Again, so if it lands on 72, you can still cash with the hook. That was minus 130. Well, guess what? I opened up Caesars today. It's down to 71.5. So now we are seeing Caesars 71.5 under minus 150. So we've seen a huge adjustment here. We're down to 71.5 minus 150. Again, kind of these good numbers are leaving you guys. I really don't want to recommend too much betting these numbers now. This is one of those bets where if you listen to the pod and you get the best bets from the Juice Reel app, you're feeling good because you've locked in a good number. So I'm sitting under 73.5 minus 130. Again, you might be 72.5 minus 115 minus 130, but now it's 71.5. And I actually looked at DraftKings. They're down to 70.5. So a lot of movement here. And again, Chestnut's going to get somewhere close in this range. So I guess you could make the case maybe you could consider going the other way and going over 70.5 and hoping he lands on 71. But I just love the fact that Caesars, when we got 73.5 under or 72.5 under, it's now 71.5 under minus 150. So again, those of you who are holding a 72 or better under ticket, this is great news for us. So hopefully that is at least a few out there listening. And you know what I'll be sweating on 4th of July morning, because I think it's around 11 a.m. or noon. Second piece of information that I wanted to mention was Rhythm. Rhythm does a great job of powering this pod. Rhythm is just a fantastic product that I'm so proud of partnering with. You guys remember we did the Rhythm rundowns every Thursday night. Obviously, it's a little bit slow here in the summer. Hope to get back to those rundowns here in the fall. But Rhythm unveiled a new desktop version. So Rhythm, you might use it a lot on your phone as an app on your phone. When you used to go to a desktop or a computer, like I work in my work from home office here, and again, it's a little wonky there at the time because it looks like an app, but it's on your computer screen. Well, not anymore. If you want to check it out, just go to rhythm.com, RITHMM, and if you now look at the layout, it's a beautiful, made for a desktop computer layout. It's totally revamped. It's got all your recommendations with them very easy to view in a totally revamped manner. So I just want to give a shout out to Rhythm because that's a fantastic product that, if you're using it on the app, which most people are, there's no difference. But if you were someone who liked to use Rhythm on a desktop computer, a laptop, a tablet, now you have this beautiful layout, which makes it way easier to view. So shout out to Megan and Brian and the whole crew because it's a huge advancement. Lastly, a little story of something really cool that happened today. I just wanted to mention this because I want to give a shout out to someone that I consider a friend, a mentor, and just a great overall human being. And it happens to be my guy, Thomas Gable at the Borgata. Now, long story short, you guys, I don't know if you have been, how long you've listened to the pod or how long you've been betting with me, but I was hired by VSiN in 2019. And my first job at VSiN was I was the third man in on the Lombardi line. So it was Michael Lombardi, my guy Patrick Maher, and I was kind of the nerd, analytics guy who would come in and tell you where the bet splits and the line moves and the system matches are going. But anyway, my first year at VSiN, maybe it was my second year. I think it was before COVID, around there, 2020 maybe, right before, or maybe 2019. Anyway, I remember it was the Super Bowl, the one with Jimmy G and the 49ers against the Chiefs, and Jimmy G had the lead. He blew it. The 49ers lost to the Chiefs. But anyway, they sent me out to the Borgata. Went there a few times. Fell in love with the Borgata. It's in New Jersey. If you ever have a chance, you definitely should go. I love the Moneyline Bar and Book, which was the just awesome, kind of just great place to get food, get wings, get drinks. And then, of course, I made a great friendship with Thomas Gable. Now, TG, as we like to call him, is just an awesome person, an awesome human being. And he proved it once again today. Because I got a tweet, and I want to give a shout out to John Scavo, because John Scavo tweeted me with a picture of the Borgata, with all the beautiful people at the pool, and which again it must be hot down there because it's like literally 100 degrees where I'm in Massachusetts. We got a heat wave right now, but John Scavo tweeted at @JoshInsights_insights, celebrating my 26th wedding anniversary with my wife. Poolside at the Borgata this morning. After hearing you promote the location for years, it does not disappoint. So love it. John's enjoying the Borgata, but here's where it gets fun and awesome. I quote tweeted it, and I said, what did I say? Let me give you my exact words here. I said, happy anniversary. Head to the sportsbook and ask for Thomas Gable at T Gable Sports. He's the best in the business. He will take care of you. Then I get an even better tweet because I then see that Mr. TG tweeted back and said, happy anniversary, John, to you and your bride. We will be sending some poolside beverages your way. Ask for Mr. Jackson. Then John Scavo tweets and says, thank you. Tom and his staff are amazing. You have given us an amazing experience. And then there's a great picture of Tom with his beautiful bride on their 26th anniversary with a big bottle of ice cold Prosecco. So I just thought this was great because it proves that good people do good things. Again, TG didn't have to reply. He didn't have to send him a free bottle of Prosecco, but he said congratulations. He sent them a bottle, so they're poolside enjoying their Prosecco. It was a cool thing that made John Scavo's anniversary even better. And it's another example of again, Thomas Gable being the man and the Borgata being a place that you should, if you're ever around Atlantic City, again, go to the boardwalk, hang out, go to the beach, blast some Springsteen, but go to the Borgata, place a couple bets, go hang out at the pool. I just thought that was super cool. So John Scavo, happy anniversary, and Thomas Gable and the Borgata, once again proving that they are the best sportsbook around. So that was pretty awesome. I guess it also tells you the power of Twitter, because Twitter allowed that to happen. So that's pretty awesome. Now, without further ado, that's all I got for odds and ends. Let's get back to doing what we love to do, which is betting on sports and hopefully cashing some tickets and eking out a winning night. So first bet on the board with 3 MLB plays on tap. Let's look at a 7:15 p.m. Eastern time first pitch between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Atlanta Braves. Talk line moves, split system matches. I'll give you my play for this one. So the Cardinals come in 44-38 on the year. They won last night's series opener 5-3 over the Braves. They hung on as a plus 125 road dog. In tonight's rematch, the Cards are going with the righty Michael McGreevy. He's 3-6 with a 3.12 ERA. Braves, who are 49-34, they're going to go with the righty Reynaldo Lopez. He's 3-1 with a 3.47 ERA. Now, what do we see across the market for this one? Well, this game opened Braves listed around a minus 125 home favorite, with St. Louis around a plus 105 road dog. And we've seen nothing but movement in favor of the Braves. We've seen the Braves go from around minus 125 now up to around minus 130. Some shops now as high as minus 135. So all movement and liability has been on Atlanta. And Atlanta's struggle. I think they're like 1-7 their last 8. So hopefully a bounce back spot here at home. But listen to the bet splits on this one. We got a line move toward the Braves, about 5 to 10 cents. Then we look at DK. 75% money line bets, 86% money line dollars on the Braves. Then we look at Circa, only 45% money line bets, but 58% money line dollars on the Braves. So line move and low bets, higher dollars bet splits, both lighting up here on Atlanta. Then we get to our system matches. If you're a home favorite, priced minus 140 or less, receiving line movement in your favor, the Braves would match that situation. Those teams are 140 and 101. That is a 58% win rate, 4% ROI this year. If you're a home favorite, priced minus 140 or less, who missed the playoffs the previous year, facing an opponent who also missed the playoffs the previous year, those teams are 102 and 63, 62% win rate, 12% ROI this year. Braves in particular, they're one of the better bounce back teams in baseball. Coming off a loss, they are 20 and 13. That is a 61% win rate, 9% ROI. That's actually the 7th most profitable bounce back team in MLB. Cardinals, meanwhile, just 1-6 in McGreevy's last 7 starts. He's posted a 4.36 ERA on the road versus 1.96 at home. He's been great at home, not so good on the road. He's on the road tonight. Braves, better bullpen as well. If we got to grind this one out, hey, let's hope the bullpen of the Braves comes through for us because they have a 2.76 ERA. That is the best in baseball, compared to 4.37 for St. Louis. That ranks 20th. Lastly, we have the Braves 24 and 15 at home this year. That is a 62% win rate. That is the 6th best home record in baseball. So a little bit of movement toward the Braves, about 5-10 cents. We've got some good system matches, good bet splits. Hopefully we can fade McGreevy here and back the Braves in a bounce back spot, which typically they've done well in. So first bet on the board for me, guys, took the Atlanta Braves. I got them minus 134 at FanDuel. Next one for you. Let's look at a couple 8-10 games. We'll start off with a matchup here, Minnesota Twins at the Houston Astros. Now, this is the rubber match of a 3-game set. We got the Twinkies 41-46 on the year. They won the opener 5-4, came through as a plus 115 road dog. Then the Stros 43-45. They bounced back with a 6-4 win yesterday, came through as a minus 110 home pick'em. Now, in tonight's series finale, the Twins are going with the righty Taj Bradley. He's 6-3 with a 3.98 ERA. Stros, meanwhile, going with the righty Tatsuya Ime. He's 5-3 with a 5.36 ERA. So what have we seen across the board here? Well, this game opened with Houston, listed around a minus 120 home favorite. Minnesota around a plus 100 road dog. So a short number here. Again, two teams both below 500. But we've seen smart money get down on Houston, taking advantage of a low chalk price, cheap chalk price on the Astros at home, because we've seen Houston get steamed up minus 120, now up to minus 135. And I'm seeing some shops even hover around minus 140. So very similar to Atlanta, kind of a short chalk favorite becoming more of a favorite. Kind of annoying if you're having to pay more juice now, but a good thing because you're paying more juice, because that typically means that big money's coming in, causing that number to go further toward that favorite. Want to mention this. I just went Houston on the money line, minus 134 at FanDuel. But if you're looking to be a little bold, minus 1.5 at plus 155. We are seeing some run line action on the Astros. 41% spread bets, 74% spread dollars at DK. Here's a really good system match on Houston. When both teams are below 500, take the home favorite if they're minus 140 or less. Those teams are 68-44, 61% win rate, 10% ROI this year. Another system match. This was just on Atlanta, but a home favorite minus 140 or less missed the postseason the previous year, facing an opponent who also missed the postseason the previous year. Again, that system is 62% this season, 12% ROI. Ime's got a 5.3, was it 5.36 ERA, not great, but Houston's played well behind him. They're 4-0 in his last 4 starts. And Taj Bradley, he started out great. His numbers still look pretty good overall. Again, 6-3, sub 4 ERA, but he's really tailed off a bit. I mean, if you look at the month of June, he made 5 starts, posted a 5.53 ERA, gave up 17 earned runs in 27.2 innings pitched. And during the day, pretty good ERA, 3.02. At night, 5.08. So I want to fade Bradley. I want to follow this sharp line move in favor of Houston. And again, one of my favorite systems is this below 500, take the home favorite with a short number. So I played Stros minus 134 at FanDuel. I also noticed a 20% sharp mush edge from our friends at Juice Reel on Houston, and also noticed a rhythm system match lighting up on Houston. So add it all up here, guys. See if the Stros can get a win for us at home, get a win and take the series. I'm on Houston, minus 134. Last bet of the night. Let's go to old Milwaukee, 8:10 p.m. Eastern Time, first pitch, with a matchup between the Milwaukee Brewers and the visiting Cincinnati Reds. Now, the Brewers come in 52-31. They have won the first 2 games of this 4-game series. They won the opener 5-3 as a minus 140 home favorite. They won again yesterday 7-2 as a minus 170 home favorite. So for tonight's rematch, the Reds, who are 39-45, they're going to go with the lefty Andrew Abbott. He is 5-4 with a 3.90 ERA. Brewers, meanwhile, going with the lefty Shane Drohan. He's 3-2 with a 3.12 ERA. So what have you seen across the market? Well, this game opened with Milwaukee listed around a minus 150, minus 155 home favorite. Cincinnati around a plus 135 road dog. And sharps, they're not worried about the big number here. They're riding the hot hand, laying it with Milwaukee. Because we've seen Milwaukee get steamed up minus 150, minus 155, now to minus 160. And we're now seeing a lot of shops at minus 165. So the line is clearly creeping up here in favor of Milwaukee. If we also look at some bet splits here, look pretty good on the Brew Crew. Milwaukee is getting 86% of money line bets, 96% of money line dollars. That is coming from DraftKings, so a big, heavy Pro and Joe split in their favor. Going to bank on Milwaukee's bats, hopefully getting to the Reds and getting to Abbott here, because Milwaukee's hitting 255. They've scored 430 runs. Reds are hitting 227. They've scored 355 runs. Shane Drohan, He has a 2.48 ERA in night games versus 3.91 during the day. Luckily for him, it's a night game. And get a load of this. Abbott, 3.66 ERA during the day, not bad. 4.15 at night. So Drohan's been better at night. Abbott's been worse at night. And again, we got an 8-10 game here tonight. Brewers have the better bullpen. 3.64 ERA. That is 7th best in baseball. 4.87 for the Reds. That ranks 25th. Milwaukee is also one of the better home teams in baseball. Hopefully we can go down the Brewers slide together tonight. But they are 28-17 at home. That's a 62% win rate. 5th best home record in baseball. Cincy is a losing team on the road, 20-23. And lastly, knock on wood, but we have seen the Brew Crew have the number of the Redlegs. Brewers are 5-0 against the Reds this season. So add it all up here, guys. They won the first 2 games. They're sharp again tonight. Line move, split, system matches. Going right back to the well with the Brew Crew. See if we can chug a beer together and go down the slide. I got Milwaukee minus 155 at the score, but definitely shop around. Most books now minus 160, even minus 165. So Braves, Astros, Brewers. See if we can get 2 out of 3 and start off the month of July, hopefully on a winning note. So that about does it for episode 540 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. This is the part of the pod where we wrap things up, and I always start first by saying thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for grinding in the arena with me every single day through the good and the bad, the ups and the downs, the hot streaks, the cold streaks. If you do enjoy the insights, hopefully you find them valuable. Whether you play every game I mention or tail fade, pick and choose, you just like to break up the craziness of life to tune in for about 20 minutes or so and listen to some sharp breakdowns and stay tuned to the market. Well, either way, guys, if you'd like to support the pod, I should say, I would love for you to just do a couple things to show some love to the pod. Give it a 5-star review on Spotify or iTunes. Recommend the pod to a friend. Click the follow button. Leave a comment if you feel so inclined. Retweet the pod when I put it out on Twitter. Give it a like. Any or all of those things would be very much appreciated. Next, if you enjoy this style of sports betting, data-driven, sharp, contrarian betting, focusing on not what our gut, our bias, our instinct is telling us. No, focusing on what the market is telling us. Learning how to read the numbers. If this style of betting has appealed to you, you want to learn more about data-driven betting, or you have someone in your life who could use some data-driven tips and be introduced to the sharp, contrarian philosophy, well, I'd love for you to go to Amazon.com and type in the Everything Guide to Sports Betting, or type in the NFL Sharp Betting Playbook. Grab one or both of my books, bring them to the sports book, I'll sign them for you. I'll buy you a beer or a ginger ale. We'll sweat some games together. Next, have you downloaded Rhythm and Juice Reel yet? Well, if you haven't heard me say it before, I'm sure you have because I mention it every day, but these are my 2 favorite sports betting apps because I consider them just another little box to check off when you're going through your checklist of whether to decide if you have an edge or not, whether or not you're going to get down and place a bet and fire on a play. But Rhythm is great for their AI-backed models and predictions for game bets and player props. Their desktop version is now available on a tablet, laptop computer, desktop or conventional computer, or you got Rhythm. Not Rhythm, but Juice Reel. Juice Reel is the second great app that I love to use. Juice Reel is fantastic for, again, getting Robo Jackson best bet picks, sharp mush indicators, arbitrage plays, shop for the best line futures, syncing up your sports books and get a running report card of your action, getting your CLV meter after you place a bet, see where that line's going. Hopefully it's green and you're beating the closing line. With so many great features, you can also support the pod through the Juice Reel app. You can sign up to get the All Systems Go best bet picks directly from Juice Reel. It'll cost you $9.99 a week or $24.99 a month. Again, that's what I would consider a tip jar. This pod is free. It costs you nothing to listen. If I've helped you cash some tickets or you want to contribute to my daughter's childcare fund, which we're saving toward right now, then I'd love for you to sign up for a week or a month or, forever if you really want to be a hero to get those plays. And for those of you who already have signed up to get the best bets, thank you. I appreciate you. But download Rhythm, download Juice Reel, give them both a 5-star review in the App Store. Lastly, do you have a live odds page? Well, if you don't have one, you need one. You got to be able to track the market. Got to be able to see, okay, what did the line open at? Where is it now? Pull up the line history. Shop for the best number. Identify Steam. Get those live in-game wagering odds. It's all available to you with the best live odds page around, Odds Logic. If you haven't given it a shot, I highly recommend it. Either you don't have a live odds page and you need one, or you use a free one but it's slow and it's unreliable, you don't know where the data is coming from, or you have one and it's pretty good but it's just really expensive, give Odds Logic a shot. Use this special link, oddslogic.com/Josh123. That's going to give you a 7-day free trial and 50% off your first month of service. So that about does it for episode 540 of the ASG Pod on a big Wednesday, first day of July here, guys. As always, 2 final thoughts. 1, whether I see you at the Borgata, like my guy John Scavo, down in Atlantic City, at the Encore in Boston, Plainridge Park Casino, MGM Springfield, or the Nash in my neck of the woods on the border of Massachusetts and New Hampshire. You're out in the desert where the true grinders get down, where Billy Walters sends his number runners, where the lowest juice possible is found at the South Point, or Sweat and Sharp Contrarian plays, jumping in the stadium swim pool when you cash a big ticket at Circa. You're going to walk up to me. Actually, we're going to see each other from across the sportsbook floor. We're going to knock on the janitor's closet. Say, hey, mind if I borrow your broom for a second? We're going to do a little Fred Astaire dance on the sportsbook floor. Nice little sweep last night, guys. Nice little bounce back. Show me a Rays ticket, a Mariners ticket, a Dodgers ticket. First one's on me. Next one's on you. We'll post about the book. Sweat Sharp Contrarian plays all night long. So as always, guys, coming off a 3-0 or an 0-3, a 2-1 or a 1-2, a winning night, a losing night, a hot streak, a cold streak, we just got to stay even-keeled. When we go 0-3, we can't punch a hole in the wall. When we go 3-0, we can't go out to the club and blow all our money. We just got to stick to the model, stick to the blueprint, find the games that fit that philosophy, games that are against the public, with the house, with the pros, flat bet, avoid parlays and getting some CLV. If we can do that, we're going to be successful sports bettors. So happy July, everybody. Stay cool out there if you're like me in the middle of a heat wave. Let's see if we can stay hot here on the diamond, get a couple winners in MLB. So as always, guys, thank you for listening, and we'll be right back at it tomorrow. That'll be a big Thirsty Thursday edition, episode 541 of the All Systems Go Sports Betting Podcast, powered by Rhythm. Good luck, everybody, and have a great Wednesday night.